By now, you should be able to find the area of a normal right-angled triangle. Okay, now these are usually the easiest ones to find the area for because, luckily enough, they have a 90-degree right angle in, which usually means you have straight away the base and the height. Now, the height in any triangle is usually the shortest point from the base to the top of the triangle. Alright. Now, that's easy enough to tell when you have a right-angled triangle and you've only got two measurements here, and you might have one on the hypotenuse. It gets a little bit more difficult when the triangle is not a right-angled triangle. So, for instance, you might have an equilateral triangle or even an isosceles triangle like this where we've got two joined together. So, what do you do then? Well, in this case, we always have the base, which in this case is the 10 centimeters, and we have the height. Now, you might have seen a question which asks you which one is the height. Well, the height is not the hypotenuse here, which is the 5 centimeters. The height is usually from the base in the side to the very tip there, in which case here the height is 4 centimeters. Well, what do you do then? Well, just like you've done with any other right angled triangle, okay, you take the base, which in this case is 10, you multiply it by the height, which is 4, which will give you 40 centimeters squared, and you divide that by 2, which in this case will give you 20 centimeters squared. Alright, so when it comes to different types of triangles, it's all about trying to find the height of the triangle. In this case, that's nice and easy, it's 4 centimeters. What do you do then if you come across a problem where it looks a little bit more like this, okay, where there is no height inside the triangle? Well, again, this is where you've got to really start to think. Now, we know that we've got a base here, because the length from here to here is 4 meters, okay, which if these are identical isosceles triangles means the length from here to here is also 4 meters. Right, but what about the height, which we know extends from here right down the middle of these two isosceles triangles? Well, if we have a look here, this is telling us that from here all the way up to there is 12 meters. Now these two are identical, which that means from the height from here to there is half of 12, which means it must be 6 meters. Okay, so that's the height for both. So let's do this. Let's do base, which is 4, times height, which is 6, gives us 24 meters. Okay, we divide that by 2, which will give us 12 meters squared. Sorry, I've got to put the squared in. But we want the area for both of them, so don't forget we've got to add on the area for A onto the area B, which if they're both the same means we need 12 meters squared, add 12 meters squared, okay, which will give us 24 meter squared. Okay, so just a quick recap. To remember, to find the area of a right angled triangle, we have to take the height times the base divided by 2 to find the area of a right angled triangle. To find the area of any other kind of triangle, such as an equilateral triangle or an isosceles triangle, it's still height times base divided by 2, except this time you have to really think about where the height is. It's not the length of the hypotenuse. Remember, the height is the shortest distance from the base to the tip of the triangle. So in this case, the height here is 4 centimeters. The height here, from here to here, is half of this, so it's 6 meters from the base to the top. Alright, keep those in mind when you come to solve the problems today. Good luck.